technically recording.
Oh gosh.
Hey. As I talk about my fake cousins.
Yeah. I mean,
They're gonna be like, what? Let's see.
for everyone to hear.
Are you trying to say you look alike? Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't notice it until someone pointed it out and was like, that could be your twin.
Wait, is this yours?
No, that's yours. Wait,
That's
Sarah's.
Okay.
Your stuff's over there.
I think I didn't.
Oh my god.
I was like, you cannot go into the bar. He'll know that you're related to me. There's no. I didn't notice until someone pointed it out. Look like there's the nose and the face shape, the eyes.
Yeah, I guess we're related.
I mean,
I guess we need to come on our next trip. You would love that.
I mean,
so you guys are like,
maybe we
wait,
just
how
go to
is
dinner
it again?
first.
Your
Okay.
grandma.
So they're all first cousins.
Okay.
Everyone that I was with.
Got it.
Their grandpa and my grandma were brother and sister.
Okay.
We didn't know them until I was in 7th grade band and I heard her name on the roll call like 3 times and I went home and asked my dad if we were related and he's like, oh, that's your cousin.
So are we first? No, we're second cousins?
No, we're third
Third.
cousins, yeah.
Oh, so
or it
that's
would
kind of
actually be
nice.
like second cousins once removed. Like legally we could marry.
Oh, that's
But they, but look how much we look alike. How could we do that?
your kids would just, yeah.
And so in junior high, I like walked up to her one day. I was like, "I'm your cousin," and then we became really close friends. And,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
And they went to West, and I was at Aurora.
They all went to West?
So I never.
most of them did.
That's why I'm like,
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you
hang on, we gotta do
are
our
Christian
boomerang.
people. You are
I was
like,
real outside that.
yeah.
Okay, ready?
It was like, oh yeah,
Oh,
ready?
okay.
Okay. Tell us when.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We're all such pros now. It's perfect. You don't
Okay,
even
sorry.
have to redo it. It's amazing. Well, cheers.
Marshall, I just apologize ahead of time.
What?
Just a
Don't
blanket.
need it.
It's a blanket
That's why I gave
apology.
him beer over there. He's
That's a good. You did really good. Champagne, beer.
I've done a few more of these now, so I feel like I'm getting it together. Although I get so hot down here. It's like,
Yeah,
I
you need a
don't know
fan.
why.
I love
need a
your.
fan.
Look, I designed that logo, and she got it done in iron.
Doesn't it look awesome?
Shut up.
He did such a good job.
Oh, that's
Now you need to shake some
really
sweat.
cool.
Yeah, put Ryan to it. I'm sure.
I
he can figure
do.
it
Is
out.
that on the business card? Is
Yeah,
that right there?
yeah.
I love it. It's in front of you.
Yeah.
And behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get away from it.
That
We
looks
have a big
really
office
cool.
down here.
It's been nice. Mostly I've used it for the podcast. I've had some meetings down here, but then everyone wants to meet at Treadwell anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, we can just say that the AC is better over there. Yeah. So,
Get a little bit more airflow.
yeah.
up
So,
there.
what conference were you just at?
Did you see it? It was so much fun.
Yes.
Okay, so it was my partner company, my product partner, USANA Health
Okay.
Sciences. So that's what I work with, and it was our international convention. So it was like, I don't know, like 17,000 people.
My
like we come from
gosh.
we're in like 25 different countries. So anyone from all of those countries can come. So like Mexico has a really huge presence. So does Australia while we're there, like Japan, Canada, Malaysia.
That's
like,
amazing.
everywhere. So yeah, it's our like international convention. We meet down in Utah because that's where the company's based out of in the U.S. And they asked me to do like one of the training stages. So after we do like the big like morning sessions, you have all these couple different rooms that you can go to
Yeah.
do different trainings. So I was doing like official trainings. I was talking to like 400 people.
Have you ever talked in front of that many people?
No.
Have you ever like done public speaking in general? Well, you do Zumba, so that's kind of like you're comfortable being on stage.
Yes. So I think that
And
helps.
we're not shy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Also, yeah. Also, I don't think I've been shy since I was like straight out the womb.
Straight.
I'm taking
Is it working?
She's a photographer. She doesn't know how to do this.
Shut up. Oh, that's cool.
I look like a Muppet today after my.
Well, you guys have been
photo shoot.
outside all morning.
Yeah.
So hold on, because you're doing the most. Like you're involved in so many things.
It's a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I actually don't think that I know how to live any other way.
Just like 110% all the time.
Yeah.
You'd be so bored otherwise.
I would. I really would.
Yeah.
Like I like to plan, like have like a down day, but it has to be like planned in my brain.
Yeah.
Because if not, I get angry because I feel like I wasted.
Me too. That's Sunday for me is my
Yeah.
down day.
Yeah, so it was really cool. So I was not that nervous. I was a little nervous. Here's the deal. I made my slides, which I was super proud of because I was the only one who made my slides out of my group of people. So I made my slides, and then of course I had the lawn care business. So my dad was also not going on the same trip, but going on a different one at the same time.
Oh wow!
So he was also gone. So we had nobody there to cut grass. We had to cut like as much as possible before we left. And so I made the slides. I think I said it out loud once or twice, like to just kind of like get it, like time myself. I was also under the impression that I had 15 minutes, and then we got there, and she was like, "Oh no, you guys have 11," and I was like, "I'm at 17."
You better talk fast.
So yeah, I was a little. So on the way there, I went to bed at midnight, of course. I left my house at 3 a.m. to make my like 6 a.m. flight. And then when I got there, I had stops for being a Tel Aviv ambassador for our new skincare line and a social ambassador. And we were doing like the Tel Aviv photo shoot that day.
Oh my gosh.
And I was on stage for one of the things that day. So I only slept for like 20 minutes on the plane because I kept like going over it and trying to trim down time. And then when we got there is when she told us we had 11 and not 15. And I was like, I ended up taking 16 anyway, so.
But they didn't kick you off?
No, it was not. It was fine. She was like, it was all really good information, so don't worry about it. But so we were like there, like that day, I was like, we were all three of us, we were like super nervous. It was all three of our first times doing it. On stage. Speaking on stage. speaking professionally. On stage. So we were super nervous, and then it was like the second I like stepped foot up there, I was like, I got it.
You're good.
I'm good.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So how long was the conference?
It was, I think it's like 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And what is USANA exactly?
So USANA is a company that was founded by a doctor, like PhD in like microbiology, immunology. So it's very cellular focused, but it is all about health. So we have a supplement line and a really awesome skincare line.
The skincare line is amazing.
That's the eye cream that she was just talking about and not wasting. Yeah. And then like weight loss, like shakes stuff and protein, that kind of stuff. Cool. So I really love it because it goes in with everything that I do, and I get to like I feel confident in them as a company to be able to recommend them to other people when people are like, hey, what should I take, or before or after class, or workouts, or.
So which of your business ventures did you start first? Because you've got lawn care, Zumba, skincare, health.
Yeah, I actually started the lawn care first. Okay. So lawn care came when I was like 14 years old.
Oh my God, you've been cutting grass that long.
I know.
Crazy.
I guess you would know. We just kind of skipped the whole introduction thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just kind of jumped right into it.
Yeah. I know. I'm old now. So yeah, I've been cutting grass for a long time.
It's easy to just jump right into it because those introductions are getting so awkward, and then like you have to interrupt the conversation you're already having to like, oh, by the way. You guys can, I can write about it.
Oh, okay.
What? But you can
answer. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like 14, and I was like, hey, Dad, I want to get a job at the mall or at McDonald's or something, like all my friends.
Yeah.
And he was like, why? So weird older men can hit on you? That's gross. Like, no way. So he was like, let me just teach you how to run a business. And I was like, okay. Wow. So he whipped out a lawnmower, and we started just kind of doing our neighbors, I think at first, like.
So he wasn't already doing this?
No. He was, this was his idea of teaching me how to run a business. Obviously it worked because it's the only thing I know how to do now. But yeah, that was his idea. So we started it there, and then we got more accounts and bought a bigger lawnmower and got some more and got another lawnmower and a truck and a trailer. And so it has just stayed within the family this whole entire time. When I was going to college, I went to U of I.
Me too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
When did you graduate?
In 2006.
Okay, I was there when you were leaving. Because I graduated in 2010.
Yeah, we're old now.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you old? Wait, hold on. Sarah, are you older than Alexis?
You can't ask these questions.
Okay. The podcast can't see that.
Every time someone asks me and my sister who's older, I point at her before she can point at me. She's like, no, she's lying. She's older. I'm like, no, she's lying.
So, fun fact about U of I, one of my frat sisters just texted me a little bit ago, hang on, let me see what she said. She put she said, you guys, U of I is going to cover tuition and fees for students with family income less than $61,000.
Wow. Wait, as of
something new, I guess. This is what she just sent us today.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
My kids are going to U of I now.
That's what she said. I guess my kids are going to U of I, which is super awesome, and now I feel super proud to be a mom, and it makes me want to donate.
Because I feel like, well, they've had scholarship programs in the past, but I'd never donate when they call me. I'm like, can you help me with my student loans first? And then we can talk about membership.
Yeah. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah,
today,
that's
right?
amazing.
Yeah. So that was super cool. That was fun news earlier today. But yeah, so when I went to college, my dad had a neighbor that like just happened to randomly like walk down the street and was like, hey, what kind of business you guys got going on? I might be interested in doing it. So it was perfect timing. He like bought into the business.
What?
Mm-hmm. And then he basically ran it with my dad those 4 years that I was in college. And then the year that I was graduating, he was retiring and moving to Florida. So we bought him back out of his half of the business, and it came back into our names, mine and my dad's.
Wow.
And we still run it together.
That's crazy.
Actually, this morning he was like, hey, I just got done doing a 4-mile walk, and I'm doing this right now. What time are you coming over here with Sarah? And then we got like 14 houses we got to cut. And I was like,
today?
Yeah. I was like, about that, Jerry. We're not cutting any houses today because I'm doing a photo shoot and then hanging out and with some friends and doing a podcast. And I'm not starting to cut grass at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today when it's like 90-something degrees. So.
Hell no.
And we went over there and he lost his car keys, so he couldn't go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Then he became our photo assistant.
Yeah. He's our assistant. And he's like, now you guys are leaving, so now I guess I just have to do housework since I can't go anywhere.
So do you have a schedule with your clients that you have to keep, or?
The rain this year like really ruled my life and dictated that schedule. We were so we try to keep it still relatively small enough so that we can handle it. And he also does USANA with me as well. So between that and teaching classes and Zumba and hay classes and bootcamp classes and doing the lawn care, so we try to keep it manageable so we don't lose our minds.
Right.
Which
it's
still
kind of
lose
too
my
late
mind
for
anyways.
that.
Yeah. Exactly. So I have a brain fart now. I don't know where I was going with this.
You're scheduling.
Oh yeah. So like all the way up until the middle of July, it just never stopped raining. So we pretty much were cutting
that's true.
all like 20 residential houses, a huge church, a huge school on like a 4-day rotation. It was like 7 days a week.
And then my house too.
And your house too?
My house auto goes to the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Until I'm like sending her pictures of me looking through the grass. Like, if you can't find me, it's going to be like, honey, I shrunk the kids. If you don't see me when I'm there, like pull out the magnifying glass.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So other than that, we try to keep all the houses together so we can get those done in like 2 days. And now we're back to cutting Aurora Christian, which now it's football season. So that will be cut between Thursday and Friday. So it's nice for Friday night football. And church has to be cut before Sunday. So
So, I mean, I guess it kind of schedules itself in that sense, but that's a lot going on. And then you also are involved in so much.
Yes.
So what have you...
She's awesome.
When did we first try to record the podcast? Yeah, you are awesome.
It was like 3 months ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's been the entire summer, because I think that was like the very
That was
beginning
the
of
problem
summer.
with us not being able to schedule it because of the lawn care.
Yeah.
I couldn't like pin down a date because it wouldn't stop raining.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then we were waiting for your kids to be back in school, which is crazy because now they're back in school.
Thank goodness.
So what has been going on this whole summer?
Yeah, just a lot of design work.
That's good.
Gosh, I feel like a lot of design work. Usually my summers I have a lot more photography stuff that I do.
Okay.
People love to do their family photos in the
We do a lot
summer.
of
I
photography in the
didn't.
summer.
You know what? I just needed a break.
Was that like by choice? You just needed a break.
Yeah. Normally I will, advertise it a lot more and get a lot more photography clients, but I just, it gets really hot and design is like my first love. So I want to take photos that I want to take, not that I have to take.
Right.
So I really didn't take as many photos. I did Lexi's photos this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that photo shoot for?
That was for some of the programs I want to run with like my health. So I'm actually like today is day one of like a 10-day green shake detox.
Oh, good. I'm
So
glad I can
we
help you
won't-
in your.
Yeah.
We won't
Here's
tell
my
anyone
shake.
that we're
Can we
drinking
do- can we
champagne.
take this picture, like green shake in one hand, champagne in another?
called
Yeah,
balance.
exactly. So we took some of those. Like we actually took some really funny ones of me just like biting through kale.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that was hilarious. So some of that, some for the programs that I'm running, and some for being an ambassador for our skincare line,
Oh, nice.
and for the website.
Yeah.
And
So we're currently redoing her website.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
by we, she means her. Yeah.
well, she has to send me stuff, so each time she like sends me a new page, and then we
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
do the
really?
next
Yeah,
page.
I'll
and-
write it, but she makes it look good.
Yes.
I mean, that's my job.
It is your job, and you do it well.
Thanks.
Very well. And I like because most of it's like it's very clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell people sometimes I feel like this little machine, so everyone sends me this like jumble of ideas, and then I like pop out
Streamline
this
it.
clean little box at
Yeah.
the end.
It works though
does.
because even for like John, like it's just cool to see how you can organize
yeah.
like somebody's thoughts and ideas,
Yes.
and then you're like, and here you go.
And here you
Yeah.
go. Here it is
Here are
in
your
this neat little
options.
box.
Yeah, I don't know how she does
Yeah,
that.
I don't either.
How do you
happens.
do that? How do you organize? Like when someone sends
Yeah.
you all of these
Yeah.
like inspiration photos or colors or pages.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the work that I get is people who already have websites, but they're just kind of this mess of ideas.
Yes.
So I start with what their inspiration is. So the colors that they like, the photos that they like. It really gives me like a good idea of their aesthetic.
Right.
And so I can lean more towards that aesthetic and implement those colors. And then I take all of their ideas. So often it'll be their website. Sometimes I'll print off all the pages on their site and I'll make an outline.
Okay.
So, and then I just kind of put each chunk of ideas where it belongs in the outline.
That's cool.
And we go from there. So I think what a lot of people don't take time to do that's really important is to outline their business and to outline their ideas. So what happens is you just kind of get this mess of a website
Right.
because you have so many ideas that are really good, but you're just repeating yourself over and over again.
Or there's just way
Yes.
too much copy.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
I have so many clients where I say, okay, now we're gonna take out half this copy,
Yes.
and they're like, what?
It took me so long to write that.
And nobody's ever
Yes.
gonna read it.
Yes.
So
And I tell them, I want to look at your website in a split second. I want to know exactly
Yeah.
where I want to go and what I want to see. And I'm going to know the main details. And for any other details, I'm going to contact you. If I'm interested, I'm going to do the contact me form. And
Yeah.
so, and then after I have them take out half their copy, then I go back and say, now we're going to take out more. And they're like, no.
you just chop their whole
I'm like,
website up.
yes. I'm like, I can take out some copy if you'd like. And it's interesting because when I go through and take out the copy, they're like, oh yeah.
Like it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. You still know what you need to know. You still know what I do.
But they're like to attach their own work and
Yes,
words to
yes.
be able to process.
I'm
that
like, this is
themselves.
good, but this is what you email someone.
Yes.
You know?
It is helpful to have a second set of eyes too.
Yeah.
Like it's almost easier to have
Yeah.
somebody else do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Once I outline it, I think it really comes together.
Now
on
that you're
its
saying
own.
this, I do remember you making me make an outline.
You know, hey,
Yeah.
Like,
What pages
I
do you
do
want?
have an outline in my business book.
Have you been keeping up with your create one thing new every day?
I have to, or I go crazy. So
Yeah.
I have. I did not create. I just got back from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I did not do as much. I didn't draw or anything like
Yeah.
that. I did take photos every day.
I feel like you were in such a beautiful landscape.
Right.
though.
I was
You
in
were
such a beautiful
surrounded by
place.
creativity.
And you guys were pretty active, right?
We were pretty active. We hiked. We spent time in the little city in Breckenridge. We did like this escape room,
Cool.
which was hilarious.
You guys went. Oh, you guys went
We
at like
did.
the last second, right?
Yeah. So, which is funny because all my cousins are just brilliant, right? So we have 2 Harvard grads and like
MIT.
Your whole family is
Just-
like crazy smart and creative.
thank you.
It's ridiculous.
It
So-
is ridiculous. It's not fair.
8 of us in there who run businesses and run HR departments and run
So
like
cool.
we all have our different things, and so we all excelled at different things, but we still only got through with 40 seconds left. We're like, how did we do that?
Did you have a point where you was it like too many like chiefs and not enough?
I don't think so. I
Whoa.
think we did. See, that would be our family in like a nutshell.
Yes.
Is like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. But I think we did really well because each of us has this like separate skill. So we have some that are really good at business. I'm really good at like words and word puzzles. And so that was kind of my thing. We have ones that are good at numbers and stuff like that. So I think we did really good.
That's great. I mean, and if you're all aware of your strengths, and that's because usually people have a certain skill set, but if you're not aware of it or like don't want to play to it, that's when things get testy. You're like, actually know your role, please.
Yeah, and we already, just planning something with 8 adults, we already have to learn how to work together to do that, and planning the meals and drinks and everything.
And then sometimes it gets hard if people don't want to take charge.
Right.
Like if
I don't think we have that problem.
Yeah.
We have never had that problem in any part of our family.
I had a bachelorette party in Austin like 2 weeks ago. And so because it's a bachelorette party, you want to be really aware of what the bride wants to do.
Yeah.
But then it almost is like to the point where if she wasn't the one making the decision, then everyone else was like, okay. But we can still have opinions.
Yeah.
Because sometimes she didn't want the pressure of making the decision either. Right. And that's as the bride, if that's what she wanted, then like, okay, let's make a decision for her.
Right.
And do it. Right. But then it's just
you're going to have a blast anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no matter what we do, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And so
I do not like the bachelorette planning.
It's tough. This is my second year in a row that I've had to do it. Yes. And it is... Why is it so hard?
I just opt out of it.
Is that an option?
Everyone just tell me where to be, what I owe. Yeah. And that's it.
It's so much. It's so much.
I think because you have this really good friend that you're trying to like make them the center of it. You're trying to do everything that they want because it's their day.
Right.
And then you have other opinions on how to do that.
And some people have really strong personalities and some like intermingle and some butt heads. And everyone else is like, do I talk? Do I don't talk? I don't want to get involved.
Exactly. And then they're like, if you're going out, there are different levels of people on the party scale. And I was not prepared for that because the one I did last year, we were all like on the same level. And then this year, there was one woman who didn't drink, which was fine. She was like wanting to go out and hang out at bars and stuff. And it actually worked out because she was super nice and ended up driving us places because she had a rental car.
Right.
Oh, nice.
And so half of us would Uber and half would ride with her. But then there was like, a couple other of us who were like drinking a little too much. And so then things get lopsided. And so, I don't think it caused any problems. It's just like it creates an interesting dynamic.
It does. Yeah. And then how do you also like, you don't want her just stuck with all of you drinking. So how do you include like each dynamic
and make sure it's fun for her too?
Yeah.
Because that's to sit around and watch everyone else get drunk is
not fun.
It's not so fun. I think that's part of the reason our trip was just so like successful because we're all giant nerds. So we just went to the liquor store and bought a whole bunch of wine and beer, and then we played cards all night.
Yeah,
and it's fun. Perfect. We all loved it. So and bananagrams.
Oh, I love bananagrams.
So, one of my friends asked, like, are you going to go skiing and you're going to, like, get wasted at the bars? I'm like, well, we're going to have a lot of wine and play bananagrams. It's like,
kind of. Right.
It's perfect. It's like,
I also would not have been surprised if they were just, like silently drinking, like, off in different corners, and they were all playing Words with Friends.
That would happen, too.
In the same house on their phone.
I could have seen that also.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
It did not happen. Most of the people stayed off their phone. I took so many photos that I felt like I was on my phone too much, but
that's a hard thing to balance too when you want to like everyone takes photos with their phones, but then you also want to like participate. There were so many photos from Bachelorette Weekend where everybody is taking a photo at the same time.
Yeah.
I think my mom or my brother was like, looks like everyone's having a great time sitting on their phone.
The last bachelorette party that I was at, which was in Destin at the beginning of, is this still August? Yeah, at the beginning of this month.
I think it's still August.
Longest month ever.
Yeah.
It is, right? It is. Goodness gracious. I'm exhausted from August.
August kicked my ass, and I didn't expect it to, and now it's like September.
Yeah. I feel like it was like the longest month, and also like how is it September already at the same time?
Yeah.
I don't really know how that works. But the last one that I was at, we the mother of the bride went with us, and she also at one point instituted all right, everybody take your last picture and put your phones down, and the first person to pick up their phone buys a round of shots.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
right?
That's fun.
Yeah.
I liked that. So we tried to do that once, except for I have my kids, and so I was like, okay, but it doesn't count if my kids text. Like if I see their name come across the phone, like doesn't count.
Well, I had the reservation on my, like the first time she said that I had the reservation, like they were going to text me when our table was ready. And I was like, but I need, and they were like, she was like, you're the only one that can have your phone face up.
Oh my God.
Okay, just for that moment.
Who cracked first?
We did have somebody who cracked first, but she said that it didn't count because this was after we were already at the dinner table, and she went to the bathroom, and she was like, but you didn't say, I thought it was just at the dinner table.
During conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were asked her a little bit about that, but yeah.
Did she buy shots or no?
She did not. She didn't play along, right? Dang it.
So now that, are things calming down in September? When do you get, so you said you were surprised that your design work was so busy this summer?
Yeah.
Does it ebb and flow for you?
It does. It does. I guess I wasn't surprised that the design was so much, but just that I had gone in this way of not doing as many photos.
Okay.
Normally my summer is just photos all summer long. And I think I almost like subconsciously made it that way.
Yeah.
So I did have more design work just naturally because if I'm not doing, I'm usually doing one or the other.
Right.
So I had a lot of design stuff. I had a lot of websites this summer, which is good.
That's awesome.
And then I have my Etsy store, of course.
Yay.
So that kind of took off over the summer.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
So I started in October. And I had a little Etsy shop before, and I had maybe 10 or 15 sales in it. And it was just little kind of random things that I would make that I would throw up there. So that was years ago. And that was 2010.
Wow.
So, and then I closed it down until last October, and now I'm up, hit 200 sales today, hopefully. I'm at $199. One of you has to buy some.
Yes, right now.
If we hear the cha-ching, you'll know I made my 200 sale. And then just really I've just been working on my Pinterest and taking a course on, Pinterest marketing and Etsy marketing and all that kind of stuff.
Do you use Pinterest for your Etsy shop or for your photography?
Yeah, so that's been a little bit difficult for me because I have photos, I have my graphic design business, and then I have my Etsy shop. And so how do you really do those well?
Right.
So a lot of, Etsy owners will do just an Etsy Pinterest. A lot of designers just a design Pinterest. But I've really tried to, instead of marketing one or the other of those, I market myself as a designer.
Cool.
So really...
So you then have boards for each one? Okay.
Yeah, so I have boards for each one, and each board has a cover. They're designed really well. The whole page looks really clean when you go to it instead of just a bunch of random pins.
Yeah.
But it's really more about myself as a designer than it is, here's just my Etsy store, here's just my design. These are still things that I design for other people, even if they're not really on the same scale. One is a really serious business and one is the stupidest coffee mug you've ever,
they're really
read, right?
Yeah, they are.
They're only funny because Alexis and my sister Kendra send me stuff all the time, and they're making a mug. I'm done.
Good.
It's a mug.
But that's your marketing team, right? You, Kendra.
Yes, that's our marketing team.
You two and Kendra.
I literally send emails and the subject line says marketing team.
Yes.
That's important to help each other.
This means I need you.
Yes.
Pay attention.
Yeah, and I think we all have our own strengths in that too. Alexis is really outgoing and has all the ideas. Kendra kind of is really good at forming them, and then I'm the one who puts them out there and
executes.
Yeah, executes. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
to have that
it
team.
works.
And that keeps coming up on this podcast, especially over and over, that a group of trusted people, and if it's a woman, it's usually girlfriends.
Yeah.
And whether it's a group chat or there was one woman last week who once a year she has a group of 50 moms that met in a chat room in the 90s, and then since have stayed chat room and have stayed in touch, and they take a trip once a year.
Oh,
all
that's
together.
So cool.
And whoever can go. So it's usually 20 of them that meet up. So they're going to Atlanta this summer. Yeah.
Have
That's
you
so awesome.
have you seen that meme and it says behind every successful woman is a tribe of women who proofread her email really quick? That's me.
what
That's
it
like the story of my life.
But it's like everyone, and there was the CEO of Uber is, I forgot her name, but a woman, and I saw her speak, and she was saying like her group chat is, she vets everything through her group chat, like, whether it's her outfit or an email or
That's us.
criticism.
That's us.
Yeah, like if she receives feedback at work, then they'd be like, yes, like that was well deserved,
Yes.
or no, you know, that was
Yeah.
a little out of bounds or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important.
I always tell people that if you want me to make a decision, it's going to be a group decision. And I'm just letting you know up front that either we approve or we don't approve. There are 3 of us.
There's no in between.
Some people
Yeah.
love that, and some people are like, I don't think I can. I don't think I can get involved in that. And I'm like, but it's good because it's 3 like balanced opinions. I mean,
Yeah.
even like shoe shopping for her.
Yeah.
Her
yeah, to be
when
on
Alexis
stage.
was on stage, she's like, okay, do we like the red ones or do we like the gold ones?
And you know what is ridiculous for like how much we trust in that is because I mean I'm at DSW. It was going with a black dress, so really any of
Any
them
shoes.
could have
Yeah.
worked. And I couldn't get my pictures to send.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like seeing it forever. Then I went to the front of the store and there was like a little couch to sit on, and I sat there and I waited for them to send there, and they weren't sending. So finally I was like, can you just hold these because I need to send these pictures?
Yeah.
So I made them hold my shoes, and I stood outside in the parking lot of DSW until my picture went. And they never went through the text, right? I had to send them through Facebook.
Oh my God, that's
and I'm
hilarious.
like, check Facebook.
Hurry up. Quick. I was painting furniture yesterday, and I was texting my one friend, and I like waited to hear back. I was ready to go. I had like the paintbrush in hand. I thought, let me run it by somebody real quick. Like, let's see. And then, so I sat there waiting, like just waiting for Sarah to reply and tell me if it was a good idea or not.
Oh yeah, just wait for someone else to
I
validate.
did not buy one pair of shoes until they answered me.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I already had the paint and everything, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, like someone needs to tell me. Yeah, what if this is not a good idea, and I waste my whole Sunday doing this. It's important. I think it's so helpful. So how long have you guys been doing that? Like since you were little?
In some ways, since we were little, we weren't always as close. I feel like we were close when we were little, and not as much in college.
Yeah, because we went to different. I mean, I went to U of
Different
I,
schools, yeah.
and they were in Chicago.
Yeah, we went to Moody Bible Institute, which is in the city.
And I forget who's related, your mom or your dad?
Our dads are
They're
brothers.
Yeah. Our dads are brothers.
We were just hanging out with my dad, so that was like,
It was hanging out with the same person.
yeah.
Really? Are they all
They're
like-
born in the same year, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my dad's
Within
birthday.
1 year.
Wait, no, they're both in
58.
July.
Yeah. Okay, so they're born
No, 1 year apart.
1
In
year
the
apart.
same month.
In the same month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
exactly 1 year
Yes.
apart.
And they're very similar, but very different, which is strange.
They're like similar in their like the senses that like make them like stubborn and
Yes.
like opinionated. Not that
Yes.
like I'm saying these things like not that they're like bad things, but like
Yeah.
they're just so they have like differences of opinion, but the way that they deal with them and interact with each other
really?
is the same. Yeah. So you can either get them in a room together and they could like find something to argue about in like 12 seconds. Or you could get them in a room together and you could like your cheeks will like fall off.
yes, because you're laughing.
Right,
That's the
because
funniest
you're
thing you've ever
laughing
heard in your
so
life.
hard at whatever it is they're doing or stories they're retelling.
And it's
or
total nonsense. It's just
making stuff up,
funny.
Do they
egging
hang
each
out
other
a lot?
on. Like they're hilarious.
They don't hang out as much, but they call each other all the time.
Really?
Which is really
they do.
funny.
Yeah, they're like girls.
They are calling each other on the
They like to
phone.
razz each other about politics, about
Everything.
food.
Well, I guess that's their
about-
And
group chat,
everything
right?
is, like,
that's
Yes, it is.
their, yeah.
And they have the different opinions about everything, and so then they call and they make fun of each other about it. I always know when my dad's on the phone with my Uncle Jerry.
You can just
Every
tell.
time, yeah.
Yeah, but
So
it goes
funny.
like they're like 1 of 14, so
my
it's kind of like
gosh.
his, hers, and ours kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that is sort of like their love language.
Yeah,
I
it's
think we were
kind
even
of how they
talking
all
about one of
communicate.
our aunts, and we were like, why would she say that? And I'm like, you guys, this is how they love each other. This is their
Yes.
thing. Why are you
Their love
surprised?
language.
Yes.
Oh
Say
my
like the
gosh.
meanest possible thing, and then everybody's laughing about it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
As long as everyone knows.
It's like
Yeah.
dysfunctional function. Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
Yeah.
Especially in big families. It's
Yeah.
Because you realize like how quickly everyone gets over it,
Yeah.
or then it becomes a joke. And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't. Sometimes they don't get over it, and there's actual like drama. But I
Yeah.
feel like if you're together that often, I mean,
Yeah.
you're just. We were talking about that the other day because at my dad's house, there's like never less than 6 people around. Like between my sister's friends and
Yeah.
then my aunt, like their
Yeah.
neighbors. My aunt and uncle live right next door.
Oh my gosh.
And they have a gate in between their yards.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can just
Awesome.
walk over. They also installed a gate to the back neighbor who's not related, but like at all the family parties. Or we'll bring food for the
amazing.
family party, and then me, she'll like, bring her
made this for you
contribution.
guys.
I feel like that is our family too. Like once somebody says you're in, you're just in with
Yeah,
the whole
you're just
fam.
in,
Like,
yeah.
all right.
And they were joking they were going to charge my sister's friends rent. Like my dad was going to claim them on his taxes this year, and next year that their family can take my sisters because they're the same age.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just always family around.
Yeah.
I'm just always like, I do appreciate like alone time, like we were saying, like a downtime, but I'm always like, the more the better.
Yeah.
People.
I mean, we do have a lot of extroverts, and I think
Yeah.
when you grow up around extroverts, it's
Yeah.
you take on a lot of those qualities. Even if
Yeah.
you're a little bit introverted, you still take on a lot of those.
You're more introverted, right?
I am more extroverted
More
actually.
extroverted?
So they say like the way you tell if you're an introvert or an extrovert is where you get your energy from. So if I cannot be by myself.
Oh, really?
I cannot. It is like I tire myself out with my own thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
If I have a friend who goes and he spends like 5 days in a cabin alone in the woods and he just recharges for like 3 months. And then he does it again after 3 months. I'm like, I would like kill
be
somebody.
like,
I would come across the first
5
person, I would kill them. It would be
days?
bad. It would,
Yeah.
I can't do it. And then I would come out
we
with
would
bags
never
under my
survive.
eyes. No. How do you do that?
I don't know.
But when I'm around other people, it like gives me my fuel for the next few days.
Oh.
Yeah. And so people think I'm introverted because I run my business from home.
Yeah.
And
And
I
your
am like
computer, it's
dying
like-
at my desk. Like, where are other people? I can't do
she
this.
will randomly be like, bring me tacos. Come over.
I'm like,
Come sit with me, please.
and then I love it because
Yeah.
every once in a while, then her yellow Jeep pulls up and it's like this delivery of tacos. And it's like, don't tell my dad I stopped here between cuts.
Oh
and then she goes,
Like, hi, how are you?
yeah, don't tell me.
We did she asked for Chick-fil-A one time.
Yes,
And I texted her, I was like, I'm doing a fry-by. Come out and grab it.
You just throw it.
She throws it out the window, keeps going. It's perfect.
I just moved into my own place, and like I wanted that, and I lived alone before. I lived with my
Yeah.
mom, but now I'm alone again, and like I was going crazy, and I can hear people below me, and the neighbors are next door, but I don't really know them, so I
you
just
need
like
a dog or something.
I need
You do.
something.
You
Some
can borrow mine if you want.
Oh, yeah,
You can borrow Romero. He's basically a dog.
Yeah, I don't really like cats, but he's a cool cat.
He's
He is a
amazing.
cool cat.
Yeah, he's really bad too. So
Does he like to go outside too?
he does. He spends a lot of time outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the owners who had him before us let him go outside, and then I guess he ran away. And when the animal control called and said that he ran away, they said they didn't even know he was out, and they had already had him for 3 months.
Oh my god.
When they figured out who he was, and so they wouldn't give him back because of that, and then we
Yeah.
came. So.
They already had him at like the
Yeah, so-
animal place for
Well,
3 months.
And they didn't know he was
And
gone.
when we got him, he was only 5 months old, so he must have ran away as a very small kid.
Oh.
And so, but now he loves being outside. He stands in the yard with all his fur, blowing in the wind and protecting the yard.
Yeah,
He's quite a
like
furry little
lion.
mongrel. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But
He is a
amazing.
cool cat.
Yeah.
When I lived in Virginia, we had a cat named Callie who liked to be outside. And
Yeah.
there were 4 of us living in the house at the time, I think. And Callie escaped. I mean, we let her out, whatever, but we didn't think about the fact that the neighbor across the street had like 100 bird feeders in her yard. So Callie was going over there and like having this bird buffet.
Hey.
Killing all of the birds, and then every once in a while we'd find one on the doorstep. So the
yeah.
neighbor called animal control, and it was our cat, and she knew it was our cat, and she had
Instead
the
of calling
tags.
you.
Yes, and so Callie went to cat jail, and then we bailed her out once.
Rude.
We bailed her out once, and then the second time she got arrested.
Did you let her stay the night there, think it over?
We did, like 2 nights. But then the neighbor her posted, we had like a neighborhood mailbox area, so she posted on the mailboxes that like people should keep their cats locked up and blah 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 blah, you know, shouldn't let them run wild in the neighborhood. And so we went and we had a couple margaritas, and then we wrote a really funny letter about the circle of life and how cats are, you know, felines and they prey on birds and other small rodents, and they're actually good for the neighborhood because they're keeping like I mean, it was like an essay, and we taped it on the mailboxes. And then she got Callie locked up one more time, and then we gave Callie away.
Oh, Callie. Ramiro tries to catch
while.
birds, but he is not fast.
Oh, he's a little big to catch
He's a
some birds.
little chunky.
Yeah.
He's on the heavier side.
He's on the heavier side.
If you will.
He's curvy.
Curvy.
Yeah.
That's all. He
Curvy
shops in
and
the plus
hairy.
size.
Yeah.
He eats a lot of earthworms. He brings me cicadas all day long because they like hatch in the ground, so he pulls them out and brings them to me.
Gross.
He brought me
Are they
one
dead?
already dead bird.
Yeah,
Yes.
Callie would do that with the head off.
Yeah,
She would take the head and then,
He tried to pass it off as his own catch. You know, rolling around like, look what I did for you. And I was like, this is clearly already dead.
found this.
And then my daughter came out of the house and demanded a funeral. Yeah, so here I am, like middle of my workday, like, he was a good bird.
Did you bury it?
I did bury it because
Oh my
God,
God.
she
Did you
demanded
like
it.
put it in like a shoebox, or you just?
I just kind of loosely buried it. I did make it its appearance a few days later when I looked out the window and Ramiro was throwing it around the yard. I was like, oh gosh, I should have actually buried that thing.
Oh, your daughter's scarred for life now.
Yeah. I don't know if she saw the throwing.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you had to like put it in a shoebox, like I could see Lily like designing the shoebox.
Oh, she would.
Like,
She would.
yeah.
Next time she's going to do that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she
Safe.
will. She makes anything she can like possibly think of.
Really?
Yes. The other day she's painting and she has like one of my old cooking aprons. So she's like really excited. She's got my apron and she's got her canvas out, and I asked her to make me something abstract. So she's like, you know, making little dots on the canvas and really into it. And she's like, looks down and she's got paint on the apron. She's like, I can't do this. So she gets a plastic bag and cuts off the bottom and then turns it around and puts her arms and like puts it over her body and puts her arms through the what are they called? Through the handles. Mm-hmm. So she's got an apron on top of her apron. And just in like 30 seconds, I'm like, I would never think of doing that.
So that she didn't get her.
So I tell her all the
Her
time.
apron dirty?
Yes. So she didn't get the other apron dirty. I tell her she's the most resourceful person I've ever known.
That's really resourceful.
Yeah.
But so she's messy, but she doesn't like to be dirty.
I think she just wanted to make another apron.
Oh, okay.
I think that was it. She just
felt like she
do
needed
something
that.
else, yes.
Is that how you were when you were little?
I was in some ways. I was very much, and this is another reason people think I'm an introvert, is I was very much in my own world. Mm-hmm. I think people didn't realize it's because I was watching the world around me.
Okay.
And I was just kind of taking it all in. And so I think people take the world in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And so I took it in and like, I love those colors. Look at all those birds. Look at how the sun is hitting this thing. And a lot of that really like kind of shaped me to become, you know, an artist today. Yeah.
Definitely. Especially in photography too.
Yeah. And my mom was in the medical field, but she's truly an artist.
Yeah.
You saw
I've seen some of her stuff.
and
Just like her sketches.
They're
blow you
amazing.
away.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sickening.
It is because it's so
awesome.
easy for her.
Yeah, just like this is her doodle. And my doodle is not. My doodle is like a sun,
Right,
with like
maybe.
sunshine with a smiley face on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys.
Stick figure.
So she always encouraged me. She was always teaching me, you know, how to sew, how to use the sewing machine, how to draw this with chalk or, you know, anything else. She was always like, okay, now draw this. Okay, now do this. And I realized as an adult, she was just keeping me busy. But it really helped, I think, just to know.
Well, yeah, because that shapes like where your brain goes. Because I didn't have any of that, but like my dad was like had me in the park. We used to live right next to where Greenman is now. That used to be a park, like where the school building actually is now. That used to be a park, and I lived on Spruce Street, so it was right across the street from me. So he I don't know how he convinced me that it was fun, like to teach me how to run with proper form.
And
like
we didn't have,
how to do
I had
a
none of that.
cartwheel and how to do a frog stand and how to like all. So like it blows my mind when people are like, I don't know how to do a squat, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying.
That's how my brother's kids are going to be.
I squat down and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I feel like I'm doing something.
It feels like
Get up.
It hurts.
So is your whole family, your brother's really artistic
My
too,
brother
right?
is really artistic. My brother just draws these incredible things, but he's much more precise than I am.
Okay.
So he sends, every once in a while he'll send me something to kind of put it into Illustrator and clean it up, and it needs almost no cleanup. Versus in my stuff, I'm like hours cleaning it up in Illustrator. It's really messy and, just done really quickly. But he'll spend so much time getting something precise. But yeah, he's extremely creative.
And do you have siblings too?
I have 2 brothers.
Are they very athletic? I feel like you guys are the athletes here.
We are more of the athletic side. I don't know what was my dad. Like my dad was just trying to keep us busy. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know what
Tire
that
you
was.
out.
Yeah, but one of them is 27. I think he is, and he played football in high school and all that.
Did he wrestle?
He did judo
That's right.
for a while, so that was pretty
Wow.
cool and nerve-wracking to watch as a sister. So like
Football
all
can
those,
be
like,
too.
Football is also. I am definitely like, though she be little,
Yeah.
she be but mighty, because like everyone knows like that was my middle brother. I call him my medium brother, and then I have a baby brother. My baby brother, who like if this is me, like he's like,
Wow.
I'm 5, since the podcast can't see me do my hands, like I am like 5'2" on a good day, and he's like 6'1" every day.
Oh my gosh.
So he is gigantic, my baby brother, and
Yeah, I'm not small, but her little brother like dwarfs me.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
I feel like a very tiny person next to him.
because not only is he like tall, he's just like he's got like a stockier build.
Yeah.
We look like he can just like pick me up and throw me over his shoulder in like a split second.
That's
and I have
crazy.
no control over the situation. But everyone knows like he just now is starting his freshman year in college.
Oh.
So that was super fun, which he's not doing sports in college. He just wanted to focus on school. He was like, I don't really know if I can do sports in
a lot.
college. So I'm glad that he chose
Yeah.
just grades,
Yeah.
So, but all throughout like his football career, I'm like the loudest one in the stands. Like let's go, double sevens, get up.
That's my brother.
Yeah, everybody knows that's my brother. It was like the hashtag for the season. Every time you made like a tackle or whatever, like
Oh,
wait to
that's
the line, I'm like, that's
cute.
my brother. Really loud and obnoxious.
Does it embarrass him?
No, he actually would be like, if I was sick or if I started to lose my voice, or he'd be like, what happened to you?
And here you are.
Yeah, so between that, he did basketball, he did judo, and he also did wrestling for one season.
Wow.
Which was also really fun to watch. So like between that and judo, which is hilarious though, because I am like obviously super sporty. I don't understand those sports. I don't know what's happening. So I just like sat on the sidelines and just yelled things. Like I don't even know what I was yelling.
Just support.
I'm just hear my voice
Right.
and know that I'm here,
right.
and I don't know what else to tell you to do.
I don't know if you're familiar. Your mom has probably told you about it. So, for the podcast world, I'm really good friends with Miranda's mom, which
Yes.
is funny. So
Everyone knows Mary.
Everyone knows Mary. She's the queen of downtown Aurora.
Yes.
She is. So, if you've done much work like on the Enneagram, so the Enneagram is like you should definitely do yours.
Okay.
It's a
I
little
keep
bit.
hearing this.
Yes.
Have you
so
done
it's
it?
this
Okay, can
like
you explain what
kind
it
of
is?
ancient way of identifying your personality. The difference between that and like a Myers-Briggs.
You sent me
Yes,
this.
I did send you this, and you need to do it, although I already know your type. It's like so apparent. So the difference between that and like a Myers-Briggs type of thing is that it shows you like where you go when you're healthy and where you go when you're not healthy.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and so it's really good to be able to identify when you go into that unhealthy place or to
Yeah.
that healthy place of like, okay, I know that I'm doing this because something is not right or something is off. I'm not healthy right
Right.
now. Therefore,
What
I'm
do I
going to
do
this
when I'm
place.
not
Okay. So
She already knows me.
You're definitely an 8. So a lot of 8s are athletic. They get out their energy, through doing athletic things, but they're also confrontational.
True.
Right. So we just kind of say,
Yeah.
an 8 would just say what's on their mind because that's what's on your mind. You say what you mean and you mean what you say.
Yeah.
I'm a 9.
What does that mean?
So the 9 is the peacemaker or the peacekeeper.
Very true.
Yes, but I have a strong 8 wing.
Oh.
Right. So you have a wing on either side of you. So I could either be a 1. It only goes 1 through 9. So I could either be a 1 wing or an 8 wing. I have a strong 8 wing. I think a lot of that is how I was raised. So I value peace within myself. So if I'm not at peace with something, if I have anxiety about something, it is the worst, like you will see the worst side of me.
Yeah.
But I also don't, because I have a strong 8 wing, I don't care as much about having peace with other people.
Interesting.
Right. And as long as I know that I'm making the right decision, whether
If you're at peace with yourself,
if I'm at peace with myself, I don't have to be at peace with
See, I feel like
because
I'm the opposite of that.
yes, because I know I'm making the right decision.
Right.
I don't have to have peace in that relationship because the right decision is to, hold that relationship at a distance or all of these other things.
Is that 8-ish? Because I will cut somebody off really fast.
That is 8-ish. That is a very 8. I just don't. I will do the same thing. Just cut, you're out.
Yeah, I can do that too. But then when I make a decision, I do want people, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But then if I have to, then I will.
You should definitely do
Yeah,
your
take it.
Enneagram.
Yeah.
For sure. You'd be surprised. Especially if you are a 9. I think they say that a lot of 9s reject their number at first. And because we have 9s are the ones who are the unicorn, so we're a little bit of everything.
Oh.
But I also have that very strong 8.
So does that mean I have a 7 wing and a 9
Yeah,
wing?
you'll either have a 7 or a 9. And I don't know what those are. I should look.
You should.
I
Yeah.
should. You should take the test
Tell
for
me your
yourself.
wings.
Where can we take
Tell me my wings. I can send you the link.
Yeah.
I definitely have encouraged everybody to take it. And just knowing where I go when I'm unhealthy has been, even in the past year, I think it's been huge for me.
So what are some of those patterns? for
Yeah.
you?
So when I'm unhealthy, I go into this almost really stubborn place where I'm not going to talk to you. So if we're, at odds, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to withdraw into myself.
Oh, yeah.
and just be stubborn about it. But when I am healthy, I'm fully taking ownership of my decisions and my path. What?
Just yes, all of the yes.
all of the
Is
yes.
this sounding true?
Yes. And then I'm just going to sit my shoulder.
Yes, it really truly is who I am. So it's been kind of weird to see yourself on paper. I've always done, the Myers-Briggs. I always like those. And have you done that one?
I don't know. I feel like I've done a couple, but I feel like they're more so what's your strength in business or what's your strength in communication?
I've done a lot of
I feel
those.
like I've done
Yeah.
more of those.
If you were something on the McDonald's menu, what would you be? Yeah.
This is not a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just hearing the word Myers-Briggs and just remembering it or if I actually have done it. But I'll do this other one.
Myers-Briggs
Yes, you should do it. And there's an amazing book that goes along with it.
Oh, really?
That I recommend to everyone, especially as a business owner. I think it really helps too when you step back and look at your client relationships in that way.
Yeah.
And make sure that you keep those healthy relationships. Yeah, I mean,
Do you have unhealthy business relationships?
Alexis,
Yeah, what's that face?
I think it's probably easier for you because you're so directly involved with your clients. I am directly involved with them, but I do their job and then we go on and it's different parts of life. But that's so very personal. Your weight and your health is so personal.
I feel like I get to connect with people on a different level.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting when I have people send me before and afters or their messages that are oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did X, Y, and Z that I couldn't do before. But then I also like I get myself in trouble because I am such a people person, and like you're talking about like where you get your energy from, like it's like I would much rather teach a fitness class to like 500 people than to teach it to 5 people. Like 5 people drains me.
Right.
Drains me.
Yes.
500 people, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, go on for the rest. Like I at that convention, I taught Zumba classes in the morning. So, and that was, you know, off of 3 hours of sleep. And we were just like, they were like, how are you doing that right now? And you look so amazing. And I'm like, because it's so much fun. But I also, like, I think I get myself in trouble because they tell me I collect people.
She collects people.
Yes.
And then she brings them to the inner circle. And we always have to tell her they're not approved yet.
They're like,
you have to keep them on the outer circle.
There needs to be like another circle of the outside people. But
And that's like, hard, but they'll weed themselves out.
Yeah, they do weed themselves out. But then we have these like really, you know, these close get-togethers with the inner circle. And then there's this like rando. And I'm like, Alexis, who did you invite?
Yeah, you can't do that.
And she fails to see the negative things about people.
Yeah.
So always seeing the best in people, which is fantastic. But then you've got this like person who clearly cannot handle the inner circle, first of all.
I do. I'm like, my world is like bright, sunshiny people, and everyone is love, and everyone has good intentions, and all of that. And I will believe this about you, but then when you prove me wrong, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, bye.
Okay.
Right.
But
I think
you
it's
don't
good. It
like
takes
a little
them
while
an
to see that.
opportunity.
Yeah, I do. I'm just like, it'll be okay, or no, this
Yes.
person doesn't do that, or
Yes. She just invites them in too soon. And I think a lot of people can't handle our inner circle because we can be really intense.
we're a lot.
Yeah, you guys are intense. I know.
We're a lot.
And I think all of us say what we mean and mean what we say.
Right.
And so a lot of people can't take that. Like you have to sugarcoat things for a lot of people. And
I'm not very good at sugarcoating.
I'm not
Not
either.
either. That's something.
It does not work very well.
If you want, but there's a really big push recently on like buying small and buying local. You know, you see big box stores are like not doing well or going out of business, and it's because we're realizing if we support the people around us,
Right.
then, you know.
Yeah, which I think is good. It's a good local push, but it's a hard business model if you are the creator.
Yeah,
because your markup is not. Because the argument is like, oh, but it's so expensive.
Right, but it's also expensive to make.
Right.
I think people don't realize.
And you know where it's coming from and who it is. And so I think that's a good...
Yeah. We paused while you were gone, don't we?
Oh, you did. Thanks. It's so nice of you.
Did you find it okay?
Yeah. I was trying to be like quiet up the stairs so you didn't get
It's fine.
We heard you anyway.
I put on a few pounds, sorry.
Yeah, right. You're like outside sweating on a lawnmower 5 days a week. There's no way you could even gain weight.
Exactly. My point.
But I did, because you've seen it.
Right? If she gains weight, she has to go to the doctor because something's clearly wrong.
Right, like what?
Thank you.
August,
number 3
August
to say the
happened.
same
August
thing.
happened.
It's what, that's what I'm just going to blame it on August.
It was real, there was a lot.
She like tries on nurses. She's like, I need Spanx. I'm like, how could you possibly, like, you move more than any person I've ever met in my entire
for
life.
a living. Like you
I bought my
actually...
first set of Spanx in my life.
Why?
I did it.
Did it make you feel
I mean, she had
better?
to have them with the dress.
They're just going to make you sweat.
The dress is very showing.
Yeah.
So you have to have the right stuff.
It was, or lose 5 pounds, but that wasn't going to happen fast enough, so.
Oh, this was for the conference?
Yeah. So one of those dresses.
Even if you're super skinny and it's like very revealing
It was so,
of your
like,
skin.
honestly.
Yeah.
I honestly think the 2 things happened. In, like, the start of the summer when it just got, like, rainy and humid and we never stopped working.
Right.
I wasn't eating enough.
Yeah.
For all of everything that I was burning. So at which, you know, some point your body goes into starvation mode because
you're storing stuff.
Yeah. So you start storing fat instead of burning it. So that was number 1. Number 2, I was doing this whole like veganish sort of situation.
What does that mean?
I was like, so basically for what I buy in my home is mostly vegan.
Okay.
I don't really eat a lot of meat anymore, like dairy-free, soy-free yogurt, almond milk, like that sort of thing. like meatless crumbles, seitan, like that kind of stuff in my home. And then if I go out someplace and if I want to have like a turkey burger, it's not the end of the world, or, you know, something like that. So vegan-ish.
Loosely, yeah.
Is what I was doing. And I wholeheartedly believe that it is totally possible to do that and remain healthy and even be like super active. But I didn't have time. I wasn't planning it. I wasn't paying attention to my protein intake.
Yeah.
So I know in hindsight that I was not eating enough. I wasn't getting enough protein at all. So I also my body like stored fat and then I lost muscle mass.
Right.
So like the two of those things together, I feel like.
Yeah. Especially as someone who moves so much, like your body gets used to this certain amount of movement.
Yeah, and like muscle mass is a huge thing. Like anytime someone like over in July was super busy too, and there were a couple people at work like, "Are you losing weight? You look skinnier." I'm like, "I just haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks." This is what's happening.
Yeah, so it was a little depressing. It was a moment in my life. I had an emotional breakdown when I had to go swimsuit shopping.
Yeah, that was more pictures as a group too.
I think a lot of women have emotional breakdowns when they have to go.
Why do they put fluorescent lights in those rooms?
And the mirrors are different.
If they were smart, they would dim those lights to like barely visible
and give you a more flattering mirror.
Or how about like, there's got to be something that you could like, boom, like pick a filter.
Yeah.
Here's what I look like in full sun. Oh God.
Turn the lights all the way off.
Here's what I look like in the dark.
Like get some like Mayfair or like crema. What's the
Valencia?
Valencia. Lo-fi.
We're too hard on ourselves though. We need to have the like, how does a man see me filter? And it's like this like voluptuous
Boobs and
boobs and butt. You're like, okay, I can do that.
What is hilarious? Are we back on?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's hilarious. So I was in Dustin on this bachelorette party, right? And so I have this swimsuit, the red one that I ended up getting at the last second. I don't know if I showed it to you.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was at Marshall's for like $17.
Marshall's for swimsuits and workout clothes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I went there for something else, and I like saw it at the end as I was like going and try something on. And I was like, okay, I'll put you on my body. It was a one piece because I was the only thing I was putting on my. If it was a two piece, it had to be like one of those high.
That's what I wear all the time.
Yeah, that's what I rolled in the summer. So it was this one piece red swimsuit, like red. And it had like from like here to here, all the way down, it had this cutout.
Ooh. And
it had like little lines in between it and then like gold like ball buttons all the way down.
Oh my gosh.
So it was super cute. It was like one piece and kind of hot and like there's like a little bit of cleave hanging out. This one boob, like
just one boob.
Cleave.
This is one boob.
Yeah.
So I wore it one of the days that we went out to the beach and the girls were like, oh my gosh, you have to like actually get some tan to see if you can see all those little lines.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm laying out like this, like laying on the beach or whatever. When we go back and I take off a swimsuit and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I look like, I don't know, like a lizard or something. Like all these lines, like straight from like half my boob all the way down to my hip.
God.
And so I'm like, look you guys. So I walk out. Obviously we're all women on this bachelorette party. So I'm like, cover the nips. Walk out, swimsuit half down, and so Crystal, one of my best friends, she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I'm gonna take this picture and send it to Ryan, to my husband, to Ryan. So
Your
I'm like,
husband.
okay, my husband, yeah,
Not hers. Husband.
No, not hers, not hers, to mine. So I stand there, I'm like, okay, so I'm standing here, just like hands over my boobs, and she takes this picture from like here up and sends it to Ryan, and 4 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? He's probably only going to see boobs and not even going to notice this giant boob down my body. Yeah. And like 20 minutes later, he sends back, oh my God, amazing. And I'm like, did you even see the tan? And he's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
No idea.
See,
so yes, we need a filter.
Yes,
shows us how men see us.
Exactly. I think you should do it. This is our next business venture.
Yes, we need to create a new filter.
The milter.
Milter.
It's true. And that would make everybody's life so much easier.
And I'm just like, of course, you would not notice this giant stripe down my body.
I love that you say you have to wear the one piece. If I wore that one piece, it would be like little sausages coming out. The birds would be like coming down to take the nibbles of it.
And it was like, save this body one piece situation. It was a little bit of a crisis this summer, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I didn't buy any new swimsuits this summer.
Well, I bought like 17 because I was searching for one that my body would look okay in.
Yes. use Old Faithful. I have
Yeah.
like this one piece from Victoria's Secret, so I'm like,
All my
okay,
old
let's
faithfuls
go
were all
with
2 pieces, and I wish it was not happening. This
yeah.
summer.
I bought all my, of course, high-waisted 2 pieces for Colorado this year, and then on the Saturday, I wanted to like be in the hot tub, but we couldn't. So there's a mama and a baby moose just hanging out in the backyard where the hot tub was.
Oh.
I know, it was amazing, but I was like, can you please leave so I can go in the hot tub?
Yeah, like please.
They
That was
didn't. They
good.
hung
They were
out for like
huge.
12 hours.
They did?
Yeah, and then we all went into the basement to like take pictures of it, and it hurt us and like came towards the window, and I was like, okay, we gotta go.
That's too much.
Yeah, I don't think it
What
could
do they
see
do? What
us.
do they, like, what's their, like, defense?
They're
They'll like
horns.
ram you.
Yeah,
Well, the mamas don't have horns.
horns,
Only
duh.
the males have horns.
Well, I guess that
But
makes
they'll
sense.
trample you like.
Will they kick you?
Yeah, they'll trample and kick you. And
Are
the
they
mama
fast?
moose was like 8 feet tall. Yeah, they're fast.
They're huge.
They're
Huge
gigantic.
and fast. It couldn't really see us. It had a really dark screen and then the window.
But
And
you
so
knew
it
you
kind
were
of
there.
came and checked out the window and then didn't care and ate the grass. But I was like,
Oh my
I don't want to get trampled.
Oh my god, that swimsuit is so hot.
See?
Marshalls.
It does have one boob. You're right.
I told
does.
you, just one cleave.
It does have one sleeve, but it's holding everything
What is
else
the,
in
what is
together.
the singular of cleave?
That is
Or what's the plural? Cleaves.
Cleaves.
sleeves.
I got my cleaves hanging out. But just one cleave right there. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
still
cute.
Blizzard.
So is that your go-to now?
It might be my new go-to. Mm-hmm. It might be. I did find one
high-waisted.
high-waisted that I liked because you know
Just
why?
high
It was
enough to go over the
high-waisted,
love
and
handles.
It was like, hey boobs.
Oh,
that's
yes.
nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like so deter from
Yeah.
I think you
Eyes
also
here,
sent
please.
you also sent that one to our group
Yes.
and then to Ryan, her husband, and we all had the same reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm getting this one.
Hey, boobs.
Yeah, just run it by your
Yes.
husband. I feel like that's a good.
But then they also lie to you.
They
They
do.
love you.
They do. And her husband is like anything she wants. Like every
Aw.
time. Whatever
Yeah.
you want, babe.
He's awesome.
Everything.
That's sweet.
Whatever you
Yeah.
want. And I'm like, where do I find me one of those?
Yeah,
He
right.
just says, yes, dear. Whatever you want.
So my husband is like the complete opposite of me.
Yeah, we talked
Like-
about this.
Last time, yeah, we were like super opposites attract.
Yeah.
And
There's a little left in there.
and so it's
Each of us.
super funny because you could do that. Do yours. It's
Yeah,
super
mine's
funny.
gone, but your guys aren't.
That's
Oh,
right.
sorry about that.
I think I'm listening, but I think I have.
Okay. So it's ridiculous because I'm like, let's meet all of the people and talk to everyone.
And Ryan's like,
And-
no, let's stay home
And
and drink.
he's like, why? Why do we have to? Oh my
I love this is from last time. I'm like,
Oh, that's
oh, you
fine.
don't want to drink on the podcast? Okay.
god. All right.
That's weird.
Okay, well, we will.
Yeah.
There's another. I think I put another beer.
It's rosé. Do you care if I mix it with yours?
No.
Okay.
That sounds like refreshment, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
Pretty good. No, it's all good.
Look, no, I got one.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's like
On a
thinking
Monday.
weird. Yeah, this is the best way to spend Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are the opposite.
So yeah, we're super opposites, and he, I could like meet all of the new people and like make new friends, and I have to like warn him if we're gonna like meet new people today, or like I'm like we're gonna go meet new people and it's gonna be okay.
Put your happy face on.
Yes, and so we were laughing. I told him last night that I know that he didn't want to do all the things that he did with me this weekend, but I really enjoyed spending the time
Oh,
with him.
that's nice.
Yeah. Saturday we worked. We cut the church,
Yeah.
so we were there for a few hours. Luckily, the majority of the time was when it was like kind of cloudy, so it was like beautiful weather to
that's
work
nice.
outside in. And then after that, we actually tried to stop at your house, but the machine on the back wouldn't start, and our other ones were trapped. Although when we got to the barn, it started right out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's definitely Honey, I Shrunk the Kids right now in my yard.
Yeah, I'm sure it is because you were gone in Utah,
Yeah,
so
you
it
were
didn't
gone.
get on. Yeah.
Your dad
Yeah.
came and cut one time, I think,
Oh,
in
did
my
he?
yard. Yeah. Oh, no, Ryan did.
Ryan did, yeah.
Yeah.
He's annoying. So, anyways, after that, I was like, okay, so honey, we have to stop at my friend's house now. She just bought her first house, and she's super excited, and she wanted me to go over and like give her some tips on her yard and what to do. And all that kind of stuff. And I was supposed to stop over on Friday to give her those ideas, but I didn't. And Saturday was work day.
Oh, no.
So he did not realize that once we were done working, we were going to go to my friend's house to keep working. And he was like, wait, so I have to do more work right now? And I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, or you don't have to come with me. And he's like, you're going to be mad at me. Like, I'm not going to be mad. I totally get it. I'm like, or you can even just drop me off and come pick me up in like 2 hours. Or, I'm not going to drive all there. So we went over there. At this point, the sun was just pure out. And it was just like sweat just dripping everywhere. And then we went home and hung out for a little bit, changed, and we went out. We were going to go to the Speedway. Or the Sycamore speed races, but we ended up going to dinner and then watching that Mile 22.
What's that about?
With Wahlberg.
Oh,
Wahlberg.
I don't know. I don't watch movies.
I don't really watch movies.
He loves Mark Wahlberg. So
We're
like
the wrong
anything
people.
Mark Wahlberg, Jason Statham, like those, like we have to watch those. Like it doesn't matter. Like we're watching those. So we went to watch that instead. And then on Sunday, he went to Cermak with me to buy all of the groceries for this green cleanse. Then actually said he would do it with me.
Oh, really?
And then we drove out to the city, which both of us are not. Like, I could, like, do things in the city, but then I need to be, like, picked up and transported back home. Like, I hate the drive. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't like to park. I don't want to deal with that.
I don't like parking either.
I'm very,
Nobody likes
like,
parking.
spoiled suburbanite when it comes to dealing with city things.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. So he drove out there. It was my goddaughter's first birthday party. So he was like, all right. I was like, I would like for you to come with me.
Also, you're coming with me.
So it's my frat sister, and there's like my pledge line that we pledged with. There was like 18 of us, so there's a ton of us.
Oh my gosh!
And so it's a bunch of my sisters, and they're like husbands and kids. Like everyone has kids now except for me and like 2 other ones. So there's like tons of kids everywhere, and then he's got to like talk to. That's all my college friends. We could like talk and like be laughing all the time, and he's just kind of like, okay.
Does he know them or only?
He does know them, and he does fine when he's there. But I think he just like it's like too much.
Yeah,
like I'm excited. Like I'm gonna go see all my friends, and he's like, but these are your friends,
right?
Not so. And also, they all live in the city together, so they hang out more. So I feel like even with the guys, he still feels kind of like an outsider, So after doing that, then we drove out to the city, and we were there for like 6 hours, and then drive back with all the construction traffic on 88.
Terrible.
By the end of the weekend, we were exhausted, and I was like, you did so many things with me this weekend. And
he has zero energy, and you're like ready for the next week.
I was on my computer making more stuff, and
she was. I was like passed out, and she's like sending me what were you sending me? Like the slides?
Yeah, pictures of my
pictures of her slides.
What I'm making for my detox program.
Yeah.
Which she was like, I'm like a proud mama. You're doing so good.
Yes, I was a proud mama. She was amazing. And it used to be like, okay, that's a horrible picture, and you need to move all the text to the same side, and now it's just like, oh, just scooch that down a little bit, and she's got it.
Scooch it down a little bit. That's
just
all.
scooch it.
That's nice to have.
I used to have to design all the things, and now I don't have to design all the things.
That's what Ryan was saying, because I was showing him, like, I kind of had to, like, nudge him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he woke up, but I was like, hey, look at this. Do you think this looks okay? And he was like, this is, like, you're doing really good. I'm like, Sarah said I am doing good.
She is. Like, I would like, totally hire her to, like...
He was like, this is all the stuff that you used to have Sarah do for you before, right?
Yes.
And I was like, uh-huh.
Yes. Now I have a little bit more time.
Do you feel so proud?
I do, because...
because now she has more time to herself.
Right.
Well, both you and Kendra, so my sister, I feel like they have a really good eye for stuff, and so it's just like the matter of saying, okay, now here's the rules you have to follow.
Yeah.
And then they come up with it on their own. I would hire both of them.
It's so helpful, but even just sitting with you for like an hour, Sarah, was so helpful to go through my website, and now I try to think about it like, okay, I probably need to delete copy. Like, you just always need to delete copy. If you're considering it, you probably should just delete it. Yeah. And then trying to clean it up and like make it flow.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go talk to, even if it's not Sarah, go talk to a graphic designer for like an hour.
Yeah.
And just go through everything.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that do their own website too. Even some of my clients, I design the site and then I kind of teach them how to make those small changes.
Yeah.
I'll do the major stuff, but it's not really worth hiring me for an hour to change a comma and add a list.
Right.
So I definitely have a lot of people who it's like, right, let's just sit down for an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the really simple basics, what to do and what not to do. And don't touch anything else. If you break it, I'm really mad at you.
This is your lane.
Yeah.
This is your lane.
These are the things that you can touch.
Because I want to learn too. I feel like I'm capable, but I just don't have an eye like that.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm trying to decorate my apartment right now too, and I'm like, fuck, I just don't have this eye. For
Okay.
So
Let's go shopping. I'm coming over.
It looks like a frat house
I
inside.
went to go. I went to Beyonce and Jay-Z concert.
Oh, you did?
Oh my god,
Did you take your husband to that too?
No,
Okay.
that would be way.
That's
No,
crossing
that's
the line
way
for
wrong.
him.
Although he did say what time. It was a different concert. I don't know what it was. And I said I was going with the girls, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want me to go with you?" And I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna make you do that. Like, I know like what I can get away with here, and like not." Like, I don't want to abuse the niceness because then he won't be nice to me, right? So I'm like, no, I'm not going to make you do that. And he was like, I would go with you. And I was like, seriously? You would go to that? Although I still wouldn't make him go to it because I feel like he would not enjoy himself as much as I am enjoying myself.
And then would it be
it's not
awkward for you?
Yeah. So there's some things that are just not worth it.
And he loves to make
do
fun
that.
of everything, so I think he would make fun of it to the point where it was like,
I'd be like,
just trying to enjoy it.
don't talk about Beyonce.
Everyone else at the concert would too.
Yeah. So exactly. So I lost my train of thought again.
We were talking about decorating.
Yes. So okay. So what did go? Thank you. Back on track. So who I did go to. This is the problem with podcasts that you can't like see my ridiculous face, right?
Well, God, this would have been the best one to test the video. Well, you guys can come back and we'll test video.
Yeah.
We just have not gotten it together.
Not that level yet.
No.
I mean, there's stages in life.
I don't know.
And they don't all have to happen immediately, which is what I
Yeah,
think most of the time.
That's me also. Like if I don't have everything put together right now, then I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Right.
So yeah, I went to this concert with Crystal. Like I feel like my best girlfriend from like my life right now, and then Maria, which is my best girlfriend from college, and Brenna, which is my best girlfriend from high school.
I have those too. Okay.
So
Which I love this because those are all my friends now.
yeah.
She's just like,
They're
See, this
in
is
the
why I'm
inner
like,
circle.
they're in the inner
Okay.
circle, and
All right,
that's
they're
okay.
safe.
Yeah,
Got
they're safe. They can come in the inner circle.
They have been approved.
They're approved.
They have a stamp.
Yes.
Is there like a voting meeting? You guys like text about
Well,
it?
there's the
We
text.
definitely text about
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We text
This-
about a lot of things.
Why did you invite this person to the cookout? Because they clearly could not handle it.
Yeah. Like at any given time, I can like walk away from my phone for like 20 minutes and walk back to 52 text messages.
I was only in like one group text with you guys.
It's
and
bad.
It was
It's-
overwhelming.
It's
Like,
overwhelming.
How do I get out of this?
I know.
How do I sneakily
It
get
never
out?
stops.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
But then I have too many group texts. I'm like, this
know.
is overwhelming. Everybody's
I
going
have
on
them
mute.
right now, which is like in reality, like probably like 3 or 4 different group texts in one. Because
Yeah.
that's how much we talk. And I have the bridesmaids, which is there's
I have one of
9
those.
of us.
You
And-
have nothing to say because you attend bridesmaids.
I know.
You have nothing to say because that was rough. We're all pretty decent people, but it was difficult.
It was difficult.
It's hard.
This one is difficult.
It's just a lot of personalities.
It's a lot of personalities. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of messages.
I try to keep that to email, honestly.
That would be
Except for
better.
Bachelor Weekend. But
But see, that one was also overwhelming because we just had Destin, which was some of us were going to that. So then we had like a regular one, and then just the ones who were going to Destin, and then now we're back to the regular one because now her in-town bachelorette is in Chicago at the end of September, and then in December we'll do the bridal shower. So it'll just be constant. But there is just like a lot of people, and we're also like some of us are here, some of us are in Chicago, some of us are in Texas. So. Whatever, it's a lot of messages is what it is.
it is. And then it's a lot of like, you have to go back and figure out what was said.
Yes, sometimes, like, because one of them yesterday was just like, I lost this picture that you sent me. And I'm like, just hit the I button and look at all the picture.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yes.
It's in there. She found it.
Do you not know how to group message?
Do you not have an iPhone?
Do you not have 2 cousins on a constant 24-hour message?
Yeah, I don't know what you're
No.
saying. But anyways, one of those girls,
Yeah.
the one from high school, the bestie from high school, her name's Brenna. And we drove out to her house. First of all, I pulled up and was like, this close to like knocking on somebody's like totally wrong house, like 10 houses away.
Not even next door.
Not even next door. And like Brenna, like you know Brenna, she's just like always like
Brenna.
cute and put together and like stylish. Like I sweat
she has
for a
2
living.
babies, and then she opens the door and it's like, oh.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
How did you
here's
do
the
that?
thing. She's interior designer. They bought this house literally like a year ago. She showed me pictures of what it used to look like, and I walked in here and I was like, you're making me feel real bad about my house.
Gosh.
It's all like a beautiful.
Her work is incredible.
Black
though.
and gold and white and grays and like her daughter's room. Her daughter's name is Gemma, which is first of all adorable.
Except for, did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
I did not.
Is there a Gemma
in there?
Gemma's the psycho mom who stabs her daughter in half. So,
Well,
spoiler alert.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and tell Brenna not to give Gemma any knives.
Yeah.
So yeah, even Gemma's room is like, I was like, this is Gemma's room or is this your room? Like it is like
It's that nice?
it's super sophisticated.
It's
There's
gorgeous.
like one
How old is
wall.
your daughter?
Her daughter's like 5 or something.
Oh my god.
There's one wall that has like the wallpaper just has like beautiful like blooms, like flower blooms, like the nice pretty ones, not like crazy like
Yeah.
just huge blooms on one wall. And I think maybe like the other walls are like grayish. She has like a regular bed with like and then there's like a dollhouse, and the dollhouse has like black walls, black wallpaper. One room has like a gold like design.
Of course it
like
does. Of course it
the
does.
dollhouse is like better designed than my house. And
It's
I'm like-
amazing.
I'm like, Bernard, can you just come over?
Yeah, just come over.
Just
I
come over
will
and tell me what to
feed
do.
you and provide alcohol and
Yeah.
just walk around my house.
Yeah.
Can I just make a side note and say there's nothing more terrifying than a notification that someone just added a photo of you on Facebook? Isn't that the worst?
Did you check
I
the
feel
photo?
like
I
you
checked
have to
it. It
look
was
at it.
fine. You can't even really see me. It's a group.
I have to tell my mom, like, delete that photo, please.
Why
did
are
you
moms
post
so
that?
bad at that? We had to have a talk
'Cause
with
they
my
love
mom.
you.
We were in Michigan, and we were like, Mom, you're not allowed to post any more pictures of us when we're in Michigan because, like, my eyes are closed.
I know.
Like, Steven's
It's
like,
not my best angle.
yeah.
I do feel like people tell me that a lot though, because I'm always the one taking photos. But they're like, "Why did you tag me in that?" And I'm like, "Because you look fantastic." And they're like, "No, please take it down."
Yeah,
No,
that's
but Liz
true.
puts
People
up
have
the
told me
ones
that
that
too.
were like,
Yeah, she
in the
does.
background.
She does.
and I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I thought you guys looked great. We were having so much fun. There's we tried
that's
to make
my
a totem pole in the lake, like so, like Christian, like the big beefy kid on the bottom, and then Steven in the middle, my media brother in the middle, and me on top. This is like post like 8 or 9 drinks,
right,
like
of
yeah.
course.
So there's no holding the stomach in. There's no like
no flattering
I think I saw that
angles.
picture.
yeah.
Did you make her take it down?
Yes. I was like, Elizabeth, untag me in that. Do not put that up there. That's the worst picture ever. My business is built off of fitness. Don't make me look like that.
Yeah, there were a couple from the lake weekend where I was like, probably not my best.
Maybe
I'll
just-
just untag
maybe just
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we got this giant unicorn raft. So the bride bought it. It was amazing. And she drove it from where she lives in Texas to Austin. And it, like, she has a Mini Cooper, and this thing was 2.5 seats.
It
on
was
the back.
blown up?
She already
No,
blew it up?
not blown up.
Oh,
In
okay.
the box, it was that big.
The
Oh my
box
gosh.
thing.
Yeah, and so she picked us up from the airport, and I'm like squished in the back with the unicorn. And the plan for like months was to inflate this thing on Sunday, and we were gonna have a lake day because we were on Lake Travis.
Yeah.
And the Airbnb we were at had a boat slip, so we could use the marina. So we walk. Texas has been in a drought for 3 months. We walk this unicorn down to the dock. Okay, there are like sailboats and other boats, and I'm carrying a box of a unicorn. And we can see the storm rolling in. And we had checked the weather, and we knew we had like 2 hours. So we start inflating it in the boat slip, which there's a shock warning because there's outlets around there and it's in the water. So you have to be careful, especially if it starts raining. And then it just like, the skies opened and it was just dumping on us. And I was like, we're committed now because it's not
following
inflated
through.
They
enough.
take really long to blow up.
So long. And it wasn't inflated enough to float, and it was too inflated to like put in the back of the truck and be able to safely get back to the
You
house.
didn't have Lexi there in her gigantic lungs. She blew up a kiddie pool for me in like 5 minutes when I couldn't find the
We
pump.
had
It was
one of these
ridiculous.
things, and she was like, I can't do it anymore. And I was like, get out of my way.
minutes later, the whole thing's inflated. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, your whole body must be full of that
Like, how did you not pass out?
I don't know.
Well, we had an electric pump, and it still was taking
helps,
forever.
but
I
That's
couldn't find my electric pump.
Oh, God.
That's why.
Yeah, and so I told everyone, like me and this other girl, we're committed. Like, you guys can go back to the house, but we're at least going to inflate it
finishing
enough
this.
to float it.
We're doing this.
Yeah, and then they're like, no, okay, we're here, we have beer, like, let's just stay.
Is it still in the lake in Texas?
No.
Okay.
But so when your
I would've left it
sister
there.
was talking about or you were talking about your daughter's, like, apron with the
Yes.
garbage bag.
Yeah.
So we didn't have anything to tie it to the boat dock. So I just took all these garbage bags and tied them together, and we used that as our, like,
Resourceful.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
But we did get in it for 10 minutes.
You were.
Yeah, but it wasn't fully inflated, but we, like,
Did you use
6
it after
glass.
that day?
No, that was it. That was our last day.
No.
And so we jumped in. It was pouring rain. It was thundering, and we had like the best 10 minutes of our lives. Like, this is so fun. Half of it was deflated. We're like literally tied to the boat dock.
I am using this thing.
And then there was lightning, and so we're like, we have to get out now. So we left it, and then had to deflate it the next day. So it was like hours of work for 10 minutes of fun, and then hours of work.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Those big things are so much fun, but they really are.
It's a lot
We have
of
a big.
work.
It's not a unicorn, which I do obviously. I feel like I need one. I
need the
need a
unicorn.
unicorn.
I mean, you need a
Oh, and
unicorn.
then all these women, like 6 older women in Minnesota, got stuck somewhere in a unicorn raft. And so people were sending this to us, not looking at the location. Like, is this you guys? Did you get stuck? Like, I don't know.
If anyone was going to get stuck,
Mark yourself safe.
in the unicorn.
Like, that's in Minnesota. Like, my cousin sent it to me. A couple moms sent it to it. Like, everybody was getting the text, like, when we got back to the house.
Oh my gosh.
It was so funny.
You're like, well, we did have a situation, but that's not us.
Right. Ours was probably a little more. They had oars. Like, how did they get stuck?
Was there like?
And it
A
comes
lot of
with an
alcohol.
anchor bag, so they obviously didn't use their anchor.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we haven't done a good job talking about business.
Oh,
on our
it's fine.
podcast.
This is really has. Like,
I know. Was
The
this
whole
was
podcast.
this
Are you gonna
supposed to
have
have
to
a
edit?
point?
we'll just clip out
Because
one.
we have just had like champagne time.
But it's the best.
Label this champagne time.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Episode 14, champagne time. We should do this like once a month.
I'm in.
I'm in.
And then we'll get video. Yeah, I like it.
That.
Yes.
I do have a cute skirt on today, so we
You
can
do.
video,
We
yeah.
can take a group photo on the
like
couch.
By the beautifully
Yeah.
designed.
Oh, hey,
Logo.
logo that I designed.
Your logo. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'm in workout gear as per usual.
I did shower because I worked out before I came here, so
That's a plus.
I should, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
shower today.
Take a picture.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad like my life is that I literally just like I sweat for people? Like, what do you do really? I sweat for a living. Like between teaching classes and
mowing
working,
lawns?
yeah, like outside, sweat for a living. So I think like to be realistic, I think I cut my bangs in this year in like February, sometime in February, and in like May to June, somewhere in there. I must have like had something like normal people life to do during the day.
Put
So I
your
had
hair
like
down?
clean hair, like my bangs were down, and I went in to teach a class, and like 5 of my students were like, "Oh my god, your bangs are so cute. When did you get them?" And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, you never wear your hair down.
Every time Alexis has jeans on in a photo, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you have
Jeans
jeans on!"
Yesterday, I was in Cermak. I did this little like jumpy, like I'm so
picture.
excited for all these fruits and vegetables, right? Like it's for
Yeah,
yesterday.
your social media
So-
is really cute.
So I had jeans on because I was going to my goddaughter's birthday party, and first comment is Crystal. Is that jeans I'm doing right now?
What are these real?
I'm the opposite. I wear workout clothes, and people are like, "Oh my god, are you going to the gym finally?"
I was like, I hope that she already knows how much I do for her. I'm putting these jeans on right,
Right.
now.
I thought about wearing jeans today, but it's too hot for pants.
It's very hot.
I wore jeans to do the photo shoot of Alexis this morning. And I was like, "What was I thinking?"
Yeah, but even that skirt is not very.
yeah, we can't really do
breathable.
photo shoot in this skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not very
Yeah.
breathable, no. And when I was before I went
I mean, it looks
to the
cute.
party yesterday.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, can we just talk about little kids' birthday parties for a second?
Yeah, and how they are the worst.
The worst. The worst.
I'm inviting both of you to my kid's birthday party
I have one
now.
to attend on
Here's the
Saturday.
thing. Like, also, like, okay, so obviously this one's my goddaughter, so I'm a little bit more, like, attached to this one. But any other, like, 1-year-old, like, 2-year-old birthday party that I have ever been invited to, I'm like, I don't have kids yet, so I'm like, what the hell do I buy a 1-year-old?
Oh my god, wait.
I don't even know what to get.
Target
I
gift
don't
cards.
know what to
If all
buy
else
a
fails,
1-year-old.
Target
I
gift
really
cards.
don't. So first
I
of all,
don't
that's
know.
a whole situation before I even
Yes.
get there.
Okay.
What do you do
really
while you're
quick?
there?
Now I have to use the bathroom.
pee.
Where is it?
Upstairs to the back of the
In
store.
the back of the...
You're gonna hear me a lot heavier on the floor.
So it's just a horrible experience because it's just like awkward. Like I don't even have any kids to like play with the other kids, all of that. So I always dread them.
Yeah. Well, I had to go to Marshall's daughter's birthday party, and she's
You did
3. Yeah, he did this to me, and I had like a full blown meltdown in Target because I did not. I was already late, and then I was.
Disappointed her so much. She was like, "Where's Miranda?"
Yeah.
Did you? So what did you end up buying?
Well, I was in the toy section, and I called a friend, my friend Amber.
I phoned a friend.
First, I asked the Target guy for help, and he like couldn't find any of her favorite show toys. So I was like, okay, well, this sucks. Now, plan B, I'll call Amber. Amber has 2 girls, and she told me all these girly things, and her daughters were there like on the phone, like buy her these, buy her these. I'm like, I don't think Rebel's gonna like these girly things.
Rebel.
It was she got a toolbox from her grandpa, so like I couldn't walk in there with all these.
Girly.
Yeah, so then I just went for clothes, and I bought a cute outfit.
I don't know if she's gonna be girly or not. Sometimes I think she will be.
Well,
You know
she's
what?
more
There's a
tomboy.
good, like, I'm a good balance.
Yeah.
I could wear the heels if I need to wear the
Right.
heels, but I could also clean my gutters if I need to by myself. So
I respect that, and I think she'll be like that because she was all about that toolbox.
that's awesome.
So I bought
She
her.
likes,
Oh,
yeah, weird mechanical things.
yeah, she does. She's like super interested in that stuff,
That's
and the boy
awesome.
toys like the dragons and
Yeah.
the fun.
Yeah, she doesn't really play much other than like she always has to have her purse.
Yeah.
She doesn't like play a lot with like girl toys.
She has. Oh,
But she needs a
no.
purse.
Right.
She needs her purse, but I don't like push any like one. I don't
Gender.
want her to. I'm not gonna buy her a bunch of girly shit if she don't want.
Yeah.
So then I bought her like a neon orange tutu and a Pink Floyd shirt and some hair ties.
That's a nice mix.
Oh, and an elephant because she does love elephants, and she did like the elephant.
Yeah.
She could have didn't give
really
a
sure
shit
if you
about
like
the
Those
elephant.
are like kind of for me.
Yeah,
That's fine.
the clothes are more for Marshall so that she looks cute.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I've got a big closet of all of her crap, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the outfit. I was like,
That's a
oh,
cute
I would wear
outfit.
this.
And her name is Rebel, so I feel like she has to rock stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and you can put some little combat boots with it.
Yeah, I was gonna buy her a bunch of bandanas.
Sarah's daughter, Lily, has
do
like
a real
amazing
really cute.
like fashion sense. Lily.
She's super creative.
adorable.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. They were talking about clothes. First of all, his daughter's name is Rebel.
I love that.
I know.
Wow, thanks.
Okay, so here's what it is.
Yeah.
Bringing it all back.
Yes.
When you have children,
Yeah.
because you don't yet,
No, and neither do
and
you.
Alexis does not
Right.
yet. This was genius. Podcast world, if you are listening to me, and you
Still,
have
if
any-
you're still
if you are
still
still
listening.
here after I don't even know how long we've been doing this.
Hour and 45.
Oh my god, are you serious?
It
Seriously?
does not feel like that.
So you're probably not.
Sorry
but
about
Yeah, you probably tuned out.
you probably tuned out. But this was a 1-year-old birthday party, and they live in the city, so it was in the city. But she had it at Revolution Brewing.
Oh my god. Genius.
Genius!
That's how you get people without kids to go to your birthday
That's
party.
how exactly. I'm like, this is the best 1-year-old
Yeah.
birthday party I've ever been to.
Yeah.
You get a little wristlet thing. You go up. You get the drinks. They even had
What?
They even had oh my gosh, I think I have it here. They even had a like one of those like photo booth things.
Cool.
And
Because a 1-year-old, like the party's not really for the 1-year-old.
the party's not
They're
really
not going to
sure
remember
anything.
Yeah.
But like I went out
Party's
on a
not
group.
for a 3-year-old either.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You
true.
got a couple years, so.
Right. I mean, at what point did they like start dictating
We
their
took
party?
these.
Oh my
god.
Is that
gosh,
shirt
it's
from Target?
ridiculous.
I have that shirt.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Brian is the
Absolutely.
best in photo booths.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's really cute.
Yeah,
You
so it was
guys are
awesome.
so
Like they
He's
got
the best.
food.
Doesn't he
there
look
was a
like
bunch of
Macklemore?
tables.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know one of our dreams is, which he would totally do it, but we just haven't had the time in our life to like pull it all together. We want to like remake one of Macklemore's videos.
Because he
with
looks just like him.
Ryan doing.
I think you guys should do that.
Right.
We should do it.
What was the first one that he did? That he like had like the tigers, and I have 2 Rottweilers, you know. So we were like, we'll just get big jeans, and he.
I don't think I
walk
knew
the
you had
Rottweiler.
2 Rottweilers.
I have 2 beasts.
I want a Rottweiler.
They're
They're
beasts.
so amazing.
I don't know. Alexis usually has plenty of Rottweilers laying around for you.
I have 2, and my parents have 2.
Oh my gosh.
It was actually, they were only supposed to have 1, and then my brother was supposed to have the other one, and we tried to convince him that you have like a really awesome job, but it gives you like a lot of social things to do,
Yeah.
and you have an apartment in the city, like you should not get a dog. And he of course did not listen to us. So he kept him out there for, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, and he definitely tried his best. Like he would send me pictures or text me, or he was up walking him, taking him for a run at like 5 o'clock in the morning before I went to work.
Wow.
But it was just too much between like all day work, and if he went out after that, or whatever. And so he ended up at my parents' house. So we now both have 2 parents. So I have the mom and one of the daughters because we bred them, and then my parents have a dad and one of the sons.
Oh, that's cute.
So they have 2 boys and I have 2 girls.
So her dog is my god dog.
Aw.
Yeah, even though I would never take her in. Actually, she's still my god dog. I'd be like, okay, someone else has to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah,
I
she's
sleep
so
on her
nice.
when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
She's a really good cuddler.
she's a good cuddler.
Sasha is not a good cuddler. She's that heifer's all over the place. She is. But Nadina crawled up on the bed last night, and I had my arm out, and she just laid her head right here and put her body like right.
I don't know how you sleep with dogs on the bed. I can't do it.
I'm really nervous about at one point in my life being pregnant in that bed and having the dogs, because I'm
You're
gonna be
gonna
like,
get them out of the
"There's
bed."
not enough room."
Yeah, they'll have to sleep on the floor at that point.
But how is that gonna happen? Because they're so used to sleeping in my bed.
My best friend and her husband, like their 2 dogs always slept in the bed. And then when she got pregnant, I think before that, they just bought a bed for them, and they...
I'm glad that just
Looking in the
wasn't-
desk drawers.
I thought that was a knee for a second, and I was like, I expected him to be like,
But they just bought them dog beds, and then I think it took like a little while to train them.
Yeah.
no,
Like,
there's
take them
definitely
out
a
of the
dog
bed.
in my bedroom, and they don't give 2 shits.
But because then they had to train them to do it, and now they do. They sleep there because they have the baby now, and
Yeah.
Finnegan is 130 pounds. Like she can't be in
She
the
can't
bed
be in
with
the bed with the baby. So real quick plug for my friend Amber. She's a wild animal trainer. She trained at like Disney and
What?
stuff. So she's doing dogs now. And if she can't take you on, she'll recommend someone. And I did her website. So
And she's here.
yes, aitrainers.com.
Oh, we should.
Yeah,
get her
actually,
on the
where is
podcast.
she? Does she have like a store or like a? not
She
storefront,
doesn't.
like a-
So she doesn't have a storefront. She is not doing a ton of training right now, but she regularly is on WGN talking about like,
Oh,
how to approach a
cool.
dog, or
Yeah.
how to walk a dog in the park, stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
yes, you should definitely.
I feel like I've seen AI somewhere before.
You probably have because it's in my portfolio. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, do you have any business plugs? What else we got before we wrap it up at our 2-hour mark?
I have a really
do live
great.
editing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Stop it.
I have a really great
Yeah.
marketing team and photographer who I just did a great shoot with. Her name is
Oh, hey,
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sarah Cervantes, Seven Brighter.
She's also my
She's
graphic
really good.
designer.
I'm everyone's graphic designer.
Is that your tagline?
Yeah.
Everyone's graphic designer.
My new tagline.
That's
Everyone's
amazing.
graphic designer. So I do have another plug I have to make really quick. Did I tell you? I don't know if I told you this. I think I did.
I feel bad for these plugs because at 2 hours in, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well,
you know.
you just
Doubles
gotta
on
edit.
here.
Yeah.
He's gonna. Mark's gonna edit it down to like a really nice, neat hour.
Good
Quick
luck.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put the plugs in first.
We'll
Just
bring
plugs.
those.
Yes.
Just
So-
plugs and us laughing. Just
You're about to listen to a 2-hour podcast. Here's my plug first.
Then we'll just do like a B-reel of like just us laughing the whole time.
That's it. Done.
Yeah. You can
I
do
think
that.
that should definitely be made.
Yeah, I really think we should do that.
It's just gonna be laughing.
It is. That's all this podcast has been. Okay, quick, your plug.
Okay, quick, my plug. So my very first solo art show coming up. Yes.
Really?
It'll be on First Fridays in Aurora. So first Friday in November. It's all me, which is
all the time.
really exciting and really terrifying because I haven't done a solo art show yet.
It's exciting.
Yes, all the arts that I've done have been with the art bar in Aurora, so they've been at
So
the
how is this going? Because the first Fridays normally does art bar. Are they not doing art bar?
Yeah, no, they do, but in the next room over, they have a solo person, which I think we've walked through
In
before,
like
you
the
and I.
absinthe room?
Yes.
Yeah, like the cocktail.
In the cocktail room.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
so 10 different pieces, all my own.
Oh my god.
I know.
Are you doing like a design work or photography or both?
So it's going to be a mix. I think I have to do a mix because, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
It's going to be mostly illustration and then some photos.
Do you want to take like some really
typography
awesome
stuff.
pictures of me to put up there?
I have a lot of photos of you, so I would use them if I need to. Just you sweating, lifting dumbbells.
Us earlier, me
Yeah,
sweating doing push-ups.
Oh my god.
The Alexis show, that's what we'll call
That's
it.
really cool.
That's
Sarah.
exciting.
What's the date?
What is the first
Okay,
Friday
I'll
in
look it up,
November?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Oh, there's my swimsuit.
Oh. Your cleave.
Yeah, my cleave. One cleave. Friday, November 2nd.
Yeah, so you should all come out
Nice.
to the Roundhouse on
Yay.
November 2nd. See my artwork.
I'm putting it in.
It's not going to be like portfolio, so your logo's not going to be up on the wall.
Oh, that's
but it's
fine. Damn it. How could you not? You can take that if you want.
just one big picture of that.
Sarah's solo show
Yes.
all day.
So it'll be mostly illustration, I think 2 or 3 photographs, and some typography
Cool.
stuff. So
Yeah.
it should be cool.
I'm so excited for
I'm
you.
like getting ready. I'm reprinting everything because,
Are you gonna have this lady?
I am going to have that lady.
Oh, I like that lady.
Yes. Yeah. That's like everyone's favorite piece.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah. So I like that one. That'll be up. I think I'm going to blow that up really huge.
Yeah.
So.
You should. I feel like that piece belongs in Brenna's house.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
I'll send it to her.
fancy. And where can people work out with you?
People
And
can
what's this
work
cleanse
out
that's
with
not-
me.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this 10-day cleanse that I am doing. So it's on my Facebook, which my Facebook, you can find me at Alexis Cervantes Koslovsky. My married name is a little bit of a humdinger. So I got my maiden name in there, just so people can find me.
Because that one's not a humdinger at all.
No, I feel like in Aurora, everyone should know Cervantes.
That's
anyways,
true.
right?
We
It's
are
from
half of
Zumba.
Aurora.
Yeah.
So Alexis Cervantes Koslovsky, or I also have a business page under Shake, Smile, Sweat.
Okay.
A little bit
Alexis
easier.
Cervantes, Shake, Smile, Sweat. Yeah. So those are my 3 rules in class. You have to shake, you have to smile, and you have to sweat.
Cool.
I feel like as long as you do those 3 things, you're doing good in a class. So I teach classes at USA Club and Spa, right off of like almost by 80 and Orchard, right over there behind the Hampton.
Yes. I was just
And-
talking about that with somebody the other day.
That's a good place. If you have kids, that's a really good place because they have free childcare. So as I get a lot of moms.
I didn't realize there was a gym over there.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause this is a little behind. It's like a little tucked away, but
Yeah.
I teach classes there Monday, Wednesday night, and Tuesday mornings. And then I also am starting to teach classes at the Defense Training Institute, which newly came into Aurora. They used to be in Batavia. So
Oh, wow.
now they are in that little strip that's behind like the Little Caesars and the UPS store right off of Galena.
Oh, yeah.
Taco Bell, Burger King,
Over
all
there,
that right over
Plaza.
there. Yeah. So there's a little strip mall back
Oh,
behind
cool.
where the old Aldi used to be. It just moved. So over there, so left of Aldi, I'm teaching there on Mondays and Wednesdays at 4:30.
Wow.
So you can do that, or you can also find me over at Lincoln Park by Holy Angels on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. for boot camp.
Oh, really? That's by my, that's
Yes.
fun.
And you can find all of this at alexiscervantes.com, which I
Which you're
designed.
doing.
Which Sarah designed.
Everyone's
Look at you guys.
Full circle.
Plugging each other. It's amazing. Awesome. That's a good place.
Yeah. So come
Cheers.
party with me.
All right.